Now we're about to do some 360-degree feedback within the Triple M team.
I made a mistake. I've been out of the room getting a drink of coffee, and it all went quiet when I walked in. So
this is, of course, all on the back of Acker moving on from the Western Bulldogs, and was not happy.
He didn't like it.
Being put out the front and confronted with some honest feedback.
We just heard the alternative view from a man that sat through it, Shane Crawford, and won a premiership.
Well, and we should just, before we get into our own, Gary, point out that Geelong is another screaming example of this working beautifully, because they brought it in. We understand that Gary Ablett went out the front. We understand that Matthew Scarlett went out the front.
Them both around.
And they are two of the top 5 players in the comp, and they copped it straight from their teammates and instantly took that feedback on board and became much better footballers.
Sydney Swans, Brett Kirk, Devotee, Paul Roos, they've also had the open and honest.
All right, so
it's working really well at Essendon, though, isn't it, this year?
Well, no, mate. Melbourne have got it as well, as was pointed out. And
a bit to do with talent.
Yeah, but hang on. On that, Hawthorn had it at the start of Alistair Clarkson's career, and you would have said the first 18 months it wasn't working that well. You've got to start somewhere, don't you?
Yeah, fair point.
So we had this discussion early just to sort of set it up that we were going to be doing it, and this is what our man Spud had to say.
I'll accept all feedback as long as it's positive.
I think that flies in the face of what we're trying to get going here.
Should we go with him first or
last? I think you're
last?
first up.
Last.
So you're up. I'm sorry,
All
Spud.
right, I'm happy to go first. Get it out of the way.
You're up. You've
Do I have to sit on my hands?
Didn't you hear Shane? Weren't you listening?
You're not allowed to speak, Spud.
I think I should start.
Go on. You get underway because I've got a couple for
Spud, you and I love commentating with you. I think it's fantastic. But a lot of time when I start to talk, you start finger waving at me straight away with your pen, saying, get me in, and I haven't even uttered my opening word. I find that really off-putting, Spud. Can you save your pen wave till I finish talking?
You've turned him off. So even if he wanted to speak, he can't.
Did he get no feedback on that?
No, he's not allowed to speak.
Okay, so that's what I find off-putting. I love his enthusiasm, but the pen waving when I open my mouth.
Damo, you got something for Spud?
Yeah, I find that it's annoying, Danny, when you ring me sometimes, seriously, 10, 12 times a day, and you're seeking counsel on certain things. And I like speaking to you, and I always get back to you. But
Look at him.
And I always get back to you when I can. But what I don't like is when you've had enough of the conversation, usually it's me ringing you back, you just end it. And I'm talking for sometimes 30 seconds and I've realised you've just hung up. There's no goodbyes. It's just not even see you. It's just, I'm sick of this. So just a little bit of courtesy in the hang-up process of the phone conversation, please, Dan.
Jim.
Spud. Just look at him. Just every now and then, Spud. A little bit loose with the lips. It does get handed down the line a bit. Just need to keep things in house.
Right, we're nearly running out of time.
I think that's Spud done.
Well, I've got one more.
Oh, another one?
Yeah. This is a bit sensitive.
Oh, no.
Spud, you're a ferocious competitor. Tough, uncompromising with us. Yeah. You've got to stand up for yourself at home, man. Yeah. you got to grow some pills when you walk in the front door. I think you get walked over at home. That's just my opinion.
Gary, not only by the beautiful Anita, because that's been going on for 20 years. Now the girls have got him as well.
No, I think you've got to grow some at home. So that's sort of it. Does he get right reply now?
No,
not this time.
All right, so who's next?
I think Damo's next.
Damo.
Here we go.
All right, Damo.
Am I off?
I'm going to start off with you.
Oh, here we go.
Damo, we're an aesthetically pleasing group here. And the bifocals are off the top. I'd like to think you'd have a look at some lasers. Just if you could fix that. Just if you could. But also, I mean, that's just a little side bit of advice. But also, Damo, dyeing your hair purple and then being on the bench down at Launceston was just not the look for Triple M, so fix that up.
I'll follow on from that. Invest in a gym membership, though. Just get some presents about you, you know.
They do look like magnifying glasses on your eyes. Your Herald Sun colleagues.
Oh, no.
You do not talk to them. You don't answer their calls. You walk straight through the media centre here at half time.
Yeah, you do.
Your rear vision mirrors, the three of them in your car, are all pointed towards your head. You've got happy with yourself. You've got the collar up, the wraparound sunglasses. And, mate, you've got ahead of yourself. Never forget where you come from. I've never had Kyabram over here at WA. You've forgotten your birthright. You have got ahead of yourself.
When you got them down, mate, don't just absolutely squeeze it.
You've got to give it to them fair. I copped it.
And one more, Damo.
I've got one.
You haven't picked a quaddie winner for 27 weeks.
And when we ask you to do a job like boundary ride in the absence of the dock, embrace it. Yeah, it's not below you, you know. I think sometimes you go down there, you're not happy he's up with the big boys. And
I agree with that.
All right, I'll go next. Right. Make it quick.
Well, Gary's next. All right. Spud, do you want to kick us off with going?
I'm sick of Gaz getting the first second or third legs of the quaddie. Yeah, I tipped it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
when he
has not tipped a winner.
Yep.
I'm really concerned about the lone wolf scenario. I don't mind other people calling you lone wolf because I think it does suit your character, but I don't think you can call yourself lone wolf. It's sort of getting into a sort of sphere that becomes just untenable, walking around shopping centres with your hoodie on, sunglasses, walking around with a tin of baked beans in your shopping trolley, not looking at anyone for hours on end. I think you just need to have a good look on that one.
Well, and Spud.
He's gone red.
I'm following on from that.
He's accepting it.
Spud.
I'm not accepting it.
Turn him off.
Can't talk.
He's off.
Turn him off. Spud. It used to be all in, didn't it? When we did something all in. I found out from our former colleague Bristol that there's a sporty up at Assumption that we all used to front up and do to help Bristol out. All went up there. I said, okay, well, I'll get a ride up with Gaz. Special brand of silence came out of Bristol. I beg your pardon?
I'll pick Spud up on the way.
Yeah, pick Spud up and we'll go. Gaz not coming.
He's
and
not.
Then, mid-year break, when we've all got to do 2 pissant 2.5 hour sessions on Triple M where we just turn up at the studio and talk nothing and grind through it. Suddenly he's up in Sydney. I just noticed you're going your own way, Gary. And I don't like it. I know you can't, but just cop it.
And Gary, we've all got used to you actually shutting us down when we try and have just a little bit of small talk before the show starts. But when you shut down icons of the media world like you did before today's show, I feel a little bit sorry for those people. And I won't name that person because you gave him nothing when he tried to just say hello. That's all he tried to do, and he's an icon of this industry, and he's probably, in a way, been a trailblazer for what you're now doing. And
well, I've got another one too, Damo. Elitist, Gary. Like, you're driving a V10, and you got a head wobble about it, and I understand you. But the other day you had to travel in the CX-9, the Mazda, and Spud pulled a hoodie over his head so players wouldn't see him seated in it while we drove past the change room.
Well,
that's not acceptable from Triple M.
And got his car, magnificent car, the windows tinted, so no one can look in.
Ambulance style.
Gangster rap style. So, Gary, you need to come back and touch him. All right, we've run out of time.
No, we haven't. What, Big Nose, are we doing this now?
We've run out of time, Gary, I think.
When do you get right of reply on that stuff?
You don't.
It's JB's turn.
Righto. Jim, I think you've become a company suck-all. And I get the feeling if you had the preference between having a beer with me, Spud, and Purplehead Warrior, or Demetrio, Fitzpatrick, and Kennett.
Actually, that's a very good point.
I think you know where you're heading. And that, to me, cuts me to the bone and makes me sad as a human being. That you sold us up the river to suck up the David Smorgan and those blokes. That's just not on.
And I don't like, JB, how the footy show on the Sunday, we have a meeting at 9 o'clock. It's meant to start on the dot at 9 o'clock, and it never starts until about 9:23 when you wander in. And there's a rain. You always make the courtesy phone call to Luke Jackson, the producer. I've got to put the trailer on the flight on the car for Mrs. B. I've got to take the kids to footy. Just a little bit of punctuality, please, JB.
Get up earlier.
Mate, the head wobbling scenario started because of you, and you've ran with it. And 3 weeks ago, we were all worried about it, weren't we? The Golden Trumpet is the award. He just took it with both arms.
Yeah.
He accepted it
Yep.
and was happy with it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
It is a award that it's not liked.
sign of
There's
a
a
real
few
trumpet.
guys outside this box that don't want it, but you're craving it. He craves it. Now, for mine, I'm not sure where I can go with it because I thought it'd actually bring him down a level.
Nah.
But he's gone from Group 3 to Group 2 to Group 1. It's just, I don't know where we're going with
I'm
this
getting
one,
player
JB.
texts that like it. Player texts coming through are liking this. Jim, your arrogant swagger looks like a girl when you run. I've been sitting on this for a while, and I'm sick and tired of North Melbourne players ringing me and texting me, telling you to get out of the gym and get off the ground. Now you're a groupie.
Exactly.
So stop.
No, don't get him on. Don't get him on.
That's disgraceful.
Went to Tommy Turkalurk and said, where do I get a
Yes.
muscle shirt?
Yes.
Me biceps are half a centimetre bigger than when they were 2 years ago. I want a North Melbourne Mazda muscle shirt like Tommy.
And that's it. And I had a couple other years. Spud, where's his team's too high? That's not.
Very high bands. Very high bands.
Oh, no. I'm in the corner sucking me thumb.
Now, that feedback, we've just got to learn from it, boys.
For national
I
building.
don't
We need a
accept
review.
any of it, Spud.
A review in a month's
I
time.
don't respect any of that.
It's the Saturday rub.
I don't put me pen up.
It's the McDonald's Triple M Rocks football.
I've done all my investigative work, and this is
I don't understand. Twitter.
Wobblewatch, Gary.
What?
Now, at Triple M, we are groundbreaking. We
Well-
do sort of get a little bit of pat each other on the back now and again.
Well, we are all wobblers.
Words like hard ins, hard out, unconditional at the contest, spatial awareness, frontal pressure, lone wolf, get the job done, Jukes, get around him, he's my man, the bonce, the pill, lateral movement, lower eyes. We all said them. They use them. We allow that because we're friendly. We like to share. Okay, we like to share. But I've got a lot of finger point going on here at the moment. Not to mention names. Now, the wobble. We've had that for a couple of years.
Well, Wobble's come
2
in.
years.
Yeah, well, that came in because there were too many blokes just
That's
getting
ours.
ahead of themselves.
That's Triple M's own.
It's yours.
That's Triple M's own. Okay, so not to mention names.
Yeah.
Wayne Swash,
Yeah.
Michael Sheen, they use it.
Do they?
They do. And they're not
Well,
going
that's sort of flattering.
No, you
Like
know, it's
Sheen
not
uses it.
flattering.
It's not
It's
flattering.
ours. I've spoken to the solicitors. But now I get into this new social media type setup. Me
Yeah.
girls, me daughters,
Yeah,
Twitter,
yeah, yeah.
Facebook, all this sort of jargon. I go onto Johnny Ralph's Twitter page.
Oh, no.
I go onto it.
Jon Ralph.
Jon Ralph.
Twitter page.
And he's talking about Daniel Jackson or something, and he said he's got a bit of wobble. Well, I've had a gutful. We here at Triple M, we've broke Matty Lloyd's hamstring, Judd coming home, Gary Ablett round 6 last year, Dick Pratt back to Carlton. The caffeine, they ran with it 2 weeks ago. We ran with it in 2007.
Going back to Dick
Now,
Pratt.
Johnny Ralph. Now, it's in paper, it's on the Facebook or the Twitter page, whatever you get. Legend status, Damon Barrett, Gary Lyon. I'll put myself in there.
I don't think I'm legend.
Ralphie is now going into legend status.
head wobble.
Head wobbling because it's Wobblewatch.
Oh.
We can use any name in Triple M. They start using our wobble. That is it.
Just saw our producer just pulled up the Twitter
Now,
page.
have you seen it? Have it
He said
verified
any
it
chance of the Footy Show asking Campbell Brown about his contract. Is that what he wrote on the Twitter?
as well?
Well, I reckon we've asked him 12 times.
Well,
Fifth, maybe.
Spud.
that
15
aside,
times.
now JB's got the golden trumpet.
Hey.
That's like the Tour de France, the
Yeah.
yellow jersey.
Yeah.
It's his to lose. He's got it. He's got the golden trumpet.
He
You
likes it
cannot.
too.
Can only be one golden trumpeter in the Wobble Week. Now, Jon Ralph, if you're listening, you are one wobble off it. You are off it. There will be the handover if I see on your Twitter page the word wobble again. You are getting the golden trumpet, and that is it, Luke. I've had a gutful.
He's gone from being just a standard rank and file member of the Hall of Fame to a legend.
He's in
You've
straight. He's
elevated
got
him.
it. No, he's had a few nominations.
Well, that's extraordinary. Just before we get serious about footy, just the off-field that we take very seriously. I went to a very big lunch yesterday, Damo.
Yep.
At the Crown Palladium, run by
$1 million lunch.
$1 million lunch.
Koala Foundation.
Exactly. And big lunch anyway. All the heavy hitters. I don't know why JB and I go, but we wandered in about 12:30. And it's a bit dark. You can't really see what's going on. And I'm just sitting there having a chat with...
Don't go there.
I don't know who it was, Armin Filber or someone like that. And anyway, this nice lady, walks up, walks between us and looks at me and then looks at Jim and goes, "Excuse me, son, couldn't get me a Diet Coke." That is right.
That is exactly what happened.
Right, Jim. I said, yes, and I have a Crown Lager.
Well, that is good to hear because you have got the golden trumpet for the Wobbler of the year. And that's
exactly
you've
what
still got it, but you keep doing some of that, you'll get it taken off.
Little humility doesn't go astray, but
it does. But Wobblewatch during the week. Apparently, just a quick one. You were in this photo, and it was going to go in the social pages. And a Campbell Brown has come from 8 wide to try and get in this photo for the columns at the back of the Sun.
I didn't want to mention it, but
8 wide, JB. Now that's not like Campbell. He's our own. Now that hurts.
Yeah, I didn't want to mention it.
He's our Triple M
did
own.
Come running up and jumped on and just
which surprises me.
Come on, Brownie.
Now there's a photo in the paper yesterday in your paper, Go the Age, and it was a front page. I was saying. I just looked at the Collingwood jumper. I thought, it's got to be Nathan Buckley or Nick Maxwell or Mick Malthouse. Gavin Brown. And I just kept looking at the jumper. Then I've just slowly looked at the arms. I thought, gee, you've got these little sausage-type arms. A little bit floppy there around the arms. And then I've gone to the top. It's Rowan Connolly in a Collingwood jumper. Damo, one of your very own. That is Wobblewatch at its best.
One of Damo's formers.
What is going there? So he's been giving...
I love Rowan, but I'm not going to defend him on that.
Well, at the text messages, when I get 4 texts on the same issue, they go into Wobblewatch. So he is in there. Now, the other one...
was strange.
Media...
what was the... I didn't read it. What was the point of it? He's an Essendon supporter.
He's an Essendon supporter, but he's fallen in love with Collingwood. So he put a Collingwood jumper on.
Well, I mean, I love Rowan too, but so what?
Well, that's what I thought. But that was front page. So anyway, Rowan is in the nomination for the end of the year grand final day. The other guy is Robbo, Mark Robinson.
Oh, what's Robbo
done? Again, 4 or 5 text messages, and I've now gone to...
Spud's got Wobble Watches position.
Is it Rehame? Yeah. What's the thing we look in the...
Rehame.
Yeah. There's been comments about Robbo talking about my fans won't like these comments, but...
Come on.
Now...
He wouldn't have said that.
He wouldn't have.
Tony Lockett, Wayne Carey, superstars, they've got fans, but... Surely, Damo. Hey, do you guys actually get fans now? When you start talking about yourself in your third person. So Robbo's in there. Rowan Connolly's in there. JB comes down half a rung.
Well, surely I can hand the trumpet over.
No, not at all. But Campbell Brown, that one really hurts me. to put someone that's salt of the earth into Wobblewatch is not good enough. I tell you what, it's got a text from young Brownie, Mel Brown's boy.
Well,
Campbell, not happy. Not happy at all. Said that, maybe it's put in by the wrong person. He said 7 wide, not 8 wide.
Mate, I saw him climbing over Sylvie Palladino.
Now,
and Lauren Newton, he gave her an elbow.
Oh, no.
And headbutted Twiggly on the way through.
Look at me, Campbell.